Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of our Python beginning series. Up to now, we have already learned a lot. We learned how to Python works, how to print things, how to variable store value, and how to different data type exit. So now, what can we actually do with these values? That's exactly what today's video is about. We are going to start with the numbers because numbers are the easiest to understand. Then you will see a small problem when we mix different types, and that problem naturally leads us to into casting. After that we will move to string because string are everywhere, and finally we will talk about booleans which help to Python makes decisions. So don't think of these as separate topics. This video is one connected story. Alright, let's start with the numbers. Let's talk about numbers first. Numbers are the most basic type of data, and Python actually very smart about them. Now, let's slow down and really understand this. When Python says z equal 10, it notices there is no decimal point. So Python automatically decide, okay, this is an integer. When Python says y equals 3.14, the decimal points tell Python this must be a float. And then there is z equal 3 plus 4j. This is called a complex number. You don't need to worry about this now. Just know that Python support it. So the important idea here is this: Python automatically decide the type of numbers. You don't need to tell to Python what type it is. Okay, now that we have numbers, what can we do with them? Let's do some maths. Here we have two numbers. Now watch carefully. This add them number, simple. This subtract them. This multiply them. So far nothing surprise. This is division. And here is something very important. In Python, division always give a float. Even if the answer look like whole number, for example, the output is 2.0, not 2. Why does Python do this? Because Python want to be accurate and consist with decimal. Float division. Now look at this. This called float division. It's simple, throw away everything after the decimal point. So 10 float division 3 becomes 3. Every useful when used only care about all numbers modules. Next one. This gives the reminder. This is super useful in real life. For example, to check if a number is even, if the result is 0, the number is even. Power. And finally, this means to the power of b. So 2 power 3 is 8. Now everything we did so far worked nicely, but now I want to show you a very common beginner problem. This problem happens the moment you start working with user input or text, and this problem leads us directly to casting. Look at this code. Now, as a human, you look at this and think 10 plus 5 is 50, but Python does not sees it that way. Look at this code. Now, as a human, you look at this and think 10 plus 5 is 50, but Python does not see it that way. Python sees 10 as text, not a number. So Python says, I can't add text and number. You need to be clear. And this is where casting comes in. Casting just means change one type into other. Here we are telling Python, please convert this text into a number first. Now Python is happy. If you remember just one thing, remember this. When Python complains about type, casting usually fix it. And since we are already working with text, this is the perfect time to properly understand string. Because strings are everywhere. Names, message, input files, password, everything. String simply text. But even though it looks simple, Python treats string is very powerful way. Indexed. Think of a string like a row of characters P0, Y1, T equal to H3, O4, N5. So when I write print text 0, I get the first letter. When I write print text 1, I get the last letter, -1. Negative number count from the end. Now instead of talking one character, what if we want part of the string? This means start at index 0, stop before index 6. So we get Python. In this idea, include start, execute, end is very important in Python. String methods. Python also give us built-in tools for string, and this tool makes everything capital, and this tool replace text. These methods save a lot of manual work. Now that we understand string, the next question is, how do we nicely combine text with variables? The answer is formatting. F string. Everything inside brackets gets replaced with the value. This is clean, reliable and professional. Now comes the final piece. So far we have worked with values, but how does Python decide things? That's where Booleans come in. Booleans have only two values, true, false. This returns true. This returns false. These true and false value are what Python used to make decisions. So today we didn't just jump between topics. So we start with numbers, then saw how to type problems appear, then learn casting, then move into string, and finally into booleans. Everything connects. In the next video, we will use these booleans and values with operators to build real logic. If this video helped you, like, subscribe and comment. Take your time, practice example, and I will see you in next video.